Hey guys, it's Dory. So this video is going to be a little bit about the Rebel Food Nurse Food Prep and Food Training Program. So I'm actually calling it a training program now because that's really what it is. And I'm going to be teaching you the skills that you need in order to have success, not only with weight release, but overall in the kitchen with your family's health. This is going to be a full comprehensive program on just retraining you on even how to eat and how to prepare clean, simple foods, how to make them taste good. And so I want to first just give you a little bit of background on me. Some of you may follow me, some of you may not yet. But this process started for me, and even getting into the food coaching part of it began for me probably really 7 years ago when I got into a supplementation company and started marketing that in addition to working as a nurse. I am a 16-year, I want to call myself a veteran. I'm a 16-year nurse at this point. I have 16 years of experience, mostly in critical care and cardiac medicine, a little bit of med surg thrown in there, and a little bit of hospice, but predominantly that's been my background. I started over time. It's taken me years and years to get to where I am now with my level of food prep. Even the ability to read a label, the ability to know what I'm going to go buy when I grocery shop. All of these things can be very overwhelming, and I've self-taught throughout a matter of years. Literally, it's taken me years of a lot of researching and self-teaching to be able to get to the point that I am at now. And so the whole point of developing this program is really to simplify all of that for you and to take everything that I've learned and compile it into one program so that you can learn very quickly. Not to struggle and strain for years like I did, but to really learn the skills that you need to master in order to be successful. And that is with weight release and with preparing healthy food, learning to live a healthier lifestyle. And, when I had to go back to work 4 or 5 years ago when I got divorced, I had to go back into nursing. I had between 4 and 5 kids under the roof, and it was not easy. I was working full-time nursing, full-time days on the weekends, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 12-hour shifts, which were really like 16-hour shifts half the time, and or at least 14. And I would come home, I'd be pretty exhausted through the week and have to prepare foods, through the week. And then I was also building my brand online and doing my network marketing business and my food coaching business. So I get being busy. I was busier than can be. And it was difficult. And so I knew then that I had to have a plan in place in order to keep my 35 plus pounds off and in order to feed my kids healthy. I wasn't willing to go back to that lifestyle of us not eating healthy again. I did not want to go there. And so I learned very quickly that I had to be very regimented in what I was doing. I had to shop for certain things. I had to prepare certain things, and I had to keep it simple and make it easy. Now, fast forward a little bit, once I had learned pretty well how to food group once I had learned how to really food prep, then I was very aware of the challenges of, okay, well, you have all this food prep. Well, now how do you piece it together, and how do you utilize that to really create weight release? And some of you know me as having been in a coach, having been partnered with Dee Dee with a coaching program before called Metamorph You. And I'm putting that out there because some of you took that program, people that have followed me for a long time. What I realized very quickly is that there needed to be a lot more instructional video and a lot more skills being taught in order to have success. And I also knew the emotional components of overeating. I've had those emotional components to me before. And that's why I'm saying if I can master this with as many emotional challenges as I've had myself, there's no doubt that anybody and everybody can master it. And it's going to just take willingness for you, and I'm going to teach you the skills that you need to have in order to have success. But one of the things I realized very quickly is that I didn't really know how to food group. I mean, I knew kind of how to food group, but I didn't know what I know now. So I actually started studying another 12-step program. Some of you have heard of it, OA, and this is for overeaters. And I really started attending a little bit because I can binge eat as well at times. And I started attending it because I had already been going to another 12-step program, which I've shared with you guys. I was raised in alcoholism. I'm sure you'll hear more about that later. But I knew that from going there that there were certain elements of that program that I absolutely needed to incorporate into what I was teaching. And also, they teach 3 meals a day. And so I started incorporating that too into this coaching. Now, you can choose to do 3 meals a day or not, but you can break it into 6. But what you are going to learn how to do over time is you're going to learn how to food group. You're going to learn how to prepare certain foods. And the goal is for you to learn how to, by the end of this, to feed yourself and to create your own meals out of this, and very simple, how to put things together so that you're actually having weight release and you're getting fat burn in your body. Your body can turn into a fat burning machine. You just have to start fueling it right. And you have to be combining certain foods, fat, proteins, and complex carbohydrates, and some simple carbs too, but with fiber in them. And we'll talk all about that later. You have to be able to combine those things so that, number one, you're satiated. You don't want to be starving and hungry all day. You're not going to be hungry in this program at all. This is not a bikini diet, okay? This is not fish and spinach all day. It's just not. I'm teaching you actually the way 12 Steps even teaches their people how to food group so that they're full and they're satiated and they're not obsessing about the next meal. That's one of the things that comes with impulsive eaters and compulsive people and people who are truly addicted to food, is that they obsess about their food and they binge eat like me. So I get it. I've probably had it all. And so that's why I'm coming from a place of understanding, in addition to a place of having a whole lot of skills in the kitchen for food prep. And so I'm going to teach you those, and I'm excited about that because it's just going to rock your world. It's going to change things for you. So I want to go over what is going to be, as far as what you're going to expect in the group. Now, this is a full comprehensive program. When you get inside the group, you're actually going to have a whole files tab to download, and you're going to print that. And you're going to want to go get a 3-ring binder. It can be, smaller. I don't know. This is probably a 2-inch. You can go get a 3-ring binder, get some page protectors because you're going to need them for inside. You're going to have a full printable outline. I wrote this last year. I wrote it all based off the foods I approve of and off of how to food group. Everything is in here. Literally, this is like your Bible. This is your master plan, we'll call it, for life. And you can keep this for life. So it's going to go with you. Now, inside this outline, and I'm going to read to you a lot of the things that are inside this outline that you're going to get. I'm just going to go down the list and read them. These are all printable files that you're going to print and put into this binder. So number 1 is going to be my recipes. You're going to get the recipes that I use literally all the time, my most frequently used recipes. You're going to get them all in printables that you can put into sheet protectors and keep in your binder. They're all clean. You're going to get 7 simple steps. So I realized about actually the very first month that I ran this program, I realized very quickly that as soon as everybody went and bought their groceries, they were like freaking out. They were just like freaking out. Like, what do I do with this? And so I actually sat down. That taught me. It's the beauty of running a program and learning as you go. is that I sat down and wrote a whole sheet on, hey, I bet you're freaked out about your groceries. And then I said, okay, we've got to harness this early on and teach you how to take 7 basic things and 7 simple steps. And if you do those, you can actually prep for the whole week. And so that is what my 7 simple steps is. It's a very detailed guide on getting started with food prep, but it keeps it very simple. There is a complete, this is just the file content. We're going to get to the video content in just a second. There's a complete, and don't be overwhelmed. This is going to challenge you, okay? But if you're not being challenged and you don't have a coach like me who's being totally straight and real with you, you're not going to grow in it, all right? This is going to be sustainable for life if you are willing to learn the skills. So don't be overwhelmed. I mean, be overwhelmed, but be an overcomer. You're going to have to learn, and you're going to learn this program to be an overcomer. Okay, so to complete, I digress all the time. Complete detailed outline guiding you on how to food group for fat burning purposes. In that, I have a whole list of foods. They're all broken down by proteins and fruits and vegetables and fats. The foods that I approve of, there's nutritional content there, there's serving sizes there. You don't have any guesswork. It's all done for you. There's a list of foods I personally prep every week. There is a 5-day Rebel Refresh Kickstart plan, which means it's a full menu. You can choose or not choose. There's also inside the outline, there's also other menu ideas in there as well, and it's using our food grouping. There's lots and lots of ideas to choose from. Ultimately, now when you begin, you're going to probably use those because you're not going to know what to do, right? You're just going to be like overwhelmed, and that's fine. So you're going to use my food plans for a little bit, but the ultimate goal is by the time you finish this, that you can actually prepare the foods that you want to prepare, and you can start to put those together. It's like build a meal. You to create your own meals very simply. I promise you, you're going to learn. And so list of foods I personally prep every week, the 5-day Rebel Refresh Kickstart plan, breakfast, lunch, and dinner menus. You're going to have a daily food tracker also, which is great because if you're really wondering like, well, what am I really doing during the day and why am I not seeing results? Well, it's helpful if we can look at a food tracker, a food log, just so we can see what you're doing and make adjustments. It's all about making adjustments and self-honesty. And so the food tracker is helpful. There's going to be a full grocery shopping list. You can make copies of that and take it with you to the grocery store. There's going to be a smoothie making guide and my favorite recipes. And we won't go into the smoothie stuff now, but you're going to learn how to make smoothies the right way so that, again, it's giving you health benefits. There's a full list of good foods, and there's a full list of bad foods, among other bad things that you're exposed to. There's a whole sheet with snack suggestions that are pieced together for fat burn, like, you know, a protein and a carbohydrate, or a fat and a carbohydrate. Okay, so let's get to the instructional videos. This is where it gets exciting because the outline I've had for a year, and I have had some videos that go along with it because I want to tell you, if you've taken this course before, I want to tell you what the difference is now. It's huge. It's astronomical just because of 2 simple changes to it. Number 1, we're going to have a ton of video content in this program. So every single week, you're actually going to get a series of videos that I've done emailed to you. So it's probably going to be emailed on the weekend. And so you can watch those videos, and that's going to be the content for that week. And I'll go through the outline content weeks 1 through 4 in just a second. But you're going to get a whole series of videos done from me, emailed to you, and you're going to watch them and take a few notes. These are videos that are going to teach you skills. And a lot of them are hands-on with me in the kitchen. Some of them are talking, but a lot of them are in the kitchen teaching you the skills that I do for food prep. Now, we're going to take those videos, and every single week, we're going to have a group session where we all come together via Zoom. You'll have to download the Zoom app, And we're going to come together via group sessions, and we're going to talk about what we learned in those videos and the challenges that we're having and the questions that we're having. This is going to allow me to get to know you and see you, and it's going to get everybody's going to have a turn to like talk and say, hey, these are my challenges this week. This is where I'm coming from. And let's start addressing those issues one-on-one right there within our group. Now, there's only going to be 10 or less people per group. So you won't be in this huge, massive group. It has to stay small so it stays personal, and so that we really get to know each other, because that's what's going to help you. I realized, you guys, after doing this for a year, that people need more hand-holding. I couldn't put together these big groups because I wasn't able to serve them very well. It was a lot of, I couldn't get to everybody personally inside, and without the face-to-face with the Zoom meetings and the group meetings, it was not as effective. So I'm so excited about this, because it's just going to be just instrumental in everyone's ability to change and to deal with the emotional components to this. So you're also going to have homework assignments every week with these group sessions. Okay. It's not just going to be, hey, come and talk. No, I want you to bring some takeaways from these videos, and you'll get that in the email. I will tell you what your homework assignment is for the week. You're going to have a few other assignments for the week. So this is going to help you stay accountable, so that you're actually doing the things that I'm teaching you to do. And if you're not able to do something, we're talking about how to overcome the challenges that are preventing you from doing that. All right, so this is going to help you stay accountable and keep you on track, and to give you those skills. So I'm so excited about it, because it's just going to be a game changer for so many people. Week 1. So I want to go over the content quickly and let you know kind of what we're going to be learning each week. So weeks 1 through 4. Week number 1, we're going to learn how to use the outline provided. This right here, you're going to learn how to use this whole thing in order to put together your own meals, okay, over time. You're going to learn how to read it. You're going to learn how to get really familiar with it, and you're going to learn how to use it. You're going to learn how to read a label, and you're going to learn about the fatal 5 chemicals that are in foods, the top 5 fatal 5 chemicals in foods. You're also going to learn the basic supplies for food prep. And there may be things that you have in your kitchen, but there's going to be maybe a few things that you need to go out and get that's just going to make prep so much easier for you. You have to have the tools, the right tools. This is not a lot of content. The list is very small, but it's very specific. And so you need those tools in order to food prep. It's going to make things go faster for you. So we're going to learn about what those basic supplies are. There's video content on all of this. And then we're going to be talking a little bit just about the 4 pillars of health, which is, we'll get to that. I won't tell you what all that is, but we'll get to that in group. Week 2. Week 2 is going to be, we're going to learn how to prep veggies, fruits, and meats. So we're going to spend that week learning simple, how to prep veggies, how to prep fruits, how to prep meats. And we're also going to learn within that week how to food group, how to take those things that we've prepped and how to make meals out of them. So that's going to be when we dive deep into the whole food prep, is week 2. So week 3. You guys are already going to be prepping by that time. You're going to be prepping similar things that you were prepping on week 2. We're going to go over a lot of the challenges, a lot of the emotional ups and downs of doing something like this, of learning something different. And my goal for you guys is to learn how to become an overcomer throughout this, because you can, and you can change the rest of your life with your health through just learning how to make simple, small, consistent changes over a course of time, and how to overcome when you hit those discouraging moments, which you're going to hit. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about emotional stability, making the shift with family. That's oftentimes a very hard thing, is to make the shift with a family. Well, you know, mom's on board or dad's on board, but the kids aren't on board, or the spouse is not on board, somebody's not on board. We're going to talk about all of those things. Making healthy habit changes. And also, we're going to learn how to use the Darren Hardy's Rhythm Register. You don't need to know that now. It's not complex. It is a system that helps us to track our daily goals, how to create them, how to track them. We're going to go through it. It's going to be one of the best things that you ever learn in your whole life. And I know for me, it's going to be epic for me too, because we have to use these things in order to reach goals. We have to see what we're doing. We have to be able to track it so that we can be successful. So we're going to learn how to do that all in that week. Plus we're going to be, you know, food grouping and food prepping, similar things that we were the week before. Now week 4, and this is going to wrap it up. We learn smoothie prep. We also learn how to correctly make a smoothie. Yes, there's an incorrect and correct way to do it. You're going to learn how to make a balanced smoothie. And I'm going to teach you about boosters and what smoothies can do for your health. And we're going to address certain things like how you can boost your thyroid, how you can boost your immune system, all of those things through smoothies. And so we'll learn all of that. Also, we're going to learn how to make healthy treats. And the third thing we're going to learn how to do is to use simple seasonings. And these are key. Simple seasonings to make boring foods taste good. Boring. I get it. But I promise you, if you stick with me long enough, you're going to learn very quickly how to, we'll just hold that back up there because that's blocking the light, or that's making the lighting a little bit better. But you're going to learn how to use simple seasonings to make your foods taste good. You won't believe the difference in just a few small tweaks that a lot of people just don't realize that's going to make your foods just taste so much better. And so that's a full week right there, that very last week. Now, we're going to see how the program goes within that 4 weeks. I am still deciding whether or not I want to include a 5th bonus week on that or not, so that we can kind of, again, go over challenges, changes, all the stuff that we've learned. I may very well do that. We're just going to see how it goes and to see if we need that 5th week. So that's it. I mean, that's a lot. It's very comprehensive. You're going to be accountable in it. You're going to gain the skills that you need, and you're going to learn to overcome these challenges. You guys, I understand. I've been a binge eater before. I still am at times, and I totally get food addiction. And, you know, you may not be there. You may just be here just to learn how to simply prep for your family, and that's great. But, you know, building healthy habits, it's all in the same. Learning how to create healthy habits is the same type of patterns, and it's skills. It's actually skills that you learn. So I'm excited to be able to teach that to you. Get back with me after you've seen this video. Let me know if you want me to get you enrolled for the upcoming courses. My prep courses are filling up super fast. And so just let me know, message me back with your email. I'll message you, or I'll invoice you through PayPal, and I'll get you into a group wherever I have an opening. So, all right, you guys, thank you for taking the time to watch this. I hope it was helpful. I'm excited for you. I'm just going to say that up front because I know what this is going to be able to teach you, that just everything that I've combined together, it's going to be a life changer for you. So, all right, I'm excited for you.